take my picture, put it in a superstar frame. Yup.
I'm clean when I walk, I'm clean when I talk. I'm fresh to the step, I'm fresh to the depth, and I ain't steady looking at me mad, cause I ain't that bad, and I'm on top of my game, and hey, my superstar frame.
All right, man. Superstar frame. Y'all know what time it is. Fuss Sports, man. F4, 50% fuss, 50% fantasy football, 100% facts. Yeah, we're Silly C with Jay Reeves. We about to get this popping into the Thursday night preview. The past few weeks, we've had some good games, and this week we don't. I have no other way to tell you that, but we'll try to sell it to you a little bit better than I just did. We got White versus Wentz, possibly Wilson versus Wentz. Definitely gonna have a quarterback with the last name W as the first letter, and yeah, I mean, I think that goes. I think that I'm doing a horrible job at selling this. Let's turn it over to Jay Reeves. What is Vegas saying?
Well, they currently have the Indianapolis Colts sitting at a lofty number of minus 10.5. The over-under is 46.5. Wentz versus White. Somebody got to come out with the W. I'm going to have to go with Carson Wentz because he's got the better team here. I also want to say the better receivers and the better running backs. Michael Pittman has really been coming on, guys. I don't know if you noticed this man's transformation, but he has really been coming on, and he's doing a phenomenal job. The boy Jonathan Taylor, with Derrick Henry going down, Jonathan Taylor and Nick Chubb currently sit at the top of my list to lead the league in rushing. Matt, what you think about it?
You know what I think about Johnny Carson and Nick at night, you know what I'm saying? Cody liked to talk about my fantasy team until we talk about that. But one thing that Jay Reeves did kind of mention was with Derrick Henry gone, the number 2 and 3 league leader in rushing is Jonathan Taylor and Nick Chubb, man. And Taylor has been popping off as of late, starting to come into form. And I expect a big game out of him against a porous New York Jet defense. I got the Colts in this one, even giving up the points. I'm going to take the Colts at home on a short week. Silly C, what say you?
Yeah, right now I really don't see the Jets having a chance in this game. I think with the way the Colts are playing and with just their weapons and alone, I think they're definitely going to pull out on top. I'm interested to see how Zach Pascal plays in this game. I think he'll be highly targeted and maybe be a big actual factor in this game. But yeah, we'll see. I got the Colts though.
Yeah, after a relatively silent trade deadline that has come and gone this week, there's no really huge moves that's been made outside of the Von Miller trade. Points in this game is going to be kind of weird to come by. Maybe Silly C, if you want to share your screen, you could rank these top 10 players from this game. And while you do that, Jay Reeves, you got a props and an ops for us?
Man, I just want to rattle off a few real quickly here. Jameson about to pop Crowder. Over 56.5, over 56.5 receiving yards. Rapid fire.
No. Ops. Jameson Crowder's ops. He's not about the pops.
I have him about 57.5. He's the props.
I got him as the props. I got Michael Thomas sitting here with 66.5 receiving yards. Just going to go ahead and say he's going to be the props.
I thought Michael Thomas played in New Orleans, so I don't know who this guy is. So
I'm sorry, Michael.
Off the bat.
I'm sorry, Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman. Oh, all right. All right, for sure. I was like, I really don't know who this guy is.
If it was Michael Thomas, he's the ops.
Oh, yeah. Pittman's definitely the props. He had 2 touchdowns and more than that in the first quarter last week. I think he'll be able to get that done in 4 quarters. So let's see what you think.
Yeah, I got him for 72 yards right now. Yeah, he's the props.
I was like, I gotta really freshen up on my Jets players.
and the last one here, I got Jonathan Taylor. This is kind of a heavy number, going over 83.5 rushing yards.
Man, the yards haven't been coming from him on the ground this year, even though he is the second leading rusher. I know that just goes against. He's the props. I don't know what I'd be saying. He's the props.
I got him for about 80.5.
Mhm.
I still think he's going to be a little under that just because unless he gets a big play, I got him the ops.
I got him as the ops as well. I would actually take him. This is a little tricky question with the receiving yards, and they have that sitting at 17.5. Actually, what I've already put
I got
in,
him for 28.
I would already put in is Michael Tom. I'm about to say it again. Michael Pittman over 66.5. Jonathan Taylor over 17.5. The Colts win, and that's it. Yeah. Oh, and the Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Sorry, plus 480.
All right, man. Well, maybe Cody could help us make a little bit more sense of that. Let's go ahead and throw. Oh, he's got us on the screen. That's weird. We're going into the Matrix. He's got us on the screen. That's got us on the screen. That's got us on the screen.
Y'all don't like that?
Yeah, you ain't got no weird pulled up. You about to pull out. This is a family show. Where's your PowerPoint at? There we go. The top 10 players. Cody gonna show us where all the points are gonna come. He's gonna rank these players on Thursday night from 10 to 1. Number 10.
Number 10, we got Naheem Hines.
Naheem.
Projected for about 9 points PPR, about 10.
From number
Number
9.
9, we got Denzel Mims. We're going to get a bunch of winners out of this game, just let y'all know.
Mims. Number 8.
We got Ty Johnson.
TJ's brother.
So true. Number 7, we got Zach Pascal. I really want to see what he does this game. I like him. If you're planning on betting tonight, look at him.
All right, number 6.
Mike White. Mr. Mike.
Oh, Mike White.
I think he's a little low here. I do think he's going to get probably outseed this projection or overdo it, but I don't see them winning the game because I see Wentz kind of scoring more points than them.
White. All right. Jay Reeves, unpack that first 5 we see on the screen.
Would you guys like to unwrap this package?
No, absolutely not. Jay Reeves, you unwrap this package that is number 10 through 6.
I'm going to just talk about the guys. Let's just talk about the guys you got on the list here. Naheem Hines is always capable of laying a huge egg, so I would have that dude nowhere near my fantasy team. Denzel Mims, don't really know about him doing any production. Mike White, the tape is out on him. He may get caught in the crossfires, and he may not do too much. Zach Pascal, the rascal. I don't know why Cody's so excited, but I may be adding him to my parlay. He may be a sneaky play. And the boy Ty Johnson put up a little bit of productive numbers last week, catching passes out the backfield for Mike White. So Ty Johnson is kind of sneaky.
Yeah, if you could get him at a low dollar, definitely look at him in a DFS play and see how that works out for you. Silly C, let's see how this top 5 works out for all of us. For number 5.
We got Carson Wentz. Again, I still think his projection is a little low. I think this game's probably going to be a little higher scoring than what people say. So we'll see.
All right, number 4.
Jameson Crowder. I like him a lot. He's about to pop. You just got to ask Reese. I'm telling you.
He just popped.
And he
popped ever. At number 3.
Michael Carter.
Michael Carter.
Ain't Mike Williams, but it's Michael Carter.
Carter. Number 2.
It's Mr. Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman.
Beast mode. Definitely think he's going to have a big game. Get him in the lineup.
Mike in the top 3. Number 1 is
obviously JT. Not Justin Timberlake, but definitely another one of them. Mr. Jonathan Taylor. I'd get him in your lineup. He's going to have a big
ASAP.
game.
Yeah, man. Jonathan Taylor, he seems like a lot more of the no-brainer. The one that has been intriguing to me is Michael Carter. who I drafted this year, like not really knowing his production starting to steadily incline. However, he's been outplaying Javonte Williams, who's been in the starting lineup from the bench. And I'm just wondering if it's finally time to get Mr. Carter in the lineup. Jay Reeves, unpack this top five and let me know a little bit more about Mr. Carter.
Didn't Michael Carter and Javonte Williams both go to North Carolina together, if I'm not mistaken?
Yep.
Yeah, and they were both real explosive backs in that backfield. Michael Carter is starting to come on a little bit, but don't worry about Javonte Williams. Even though he's not on this list, we already know how I feel about Jameson Crowder. The boy Carson Wentz has been playing much better as of late, coming off those two bad ankles. Michael Pittman, he is slowly evolving into that dude, and is somebody who you definitely need to get in your lineup. And Jonathan Taylor, there's not much to say about him. Just tune in for the late night show. It's going to be plenty of fireworks.
Definitely, man. Should be a good fireworks. See, I told y'all by this end of this, we'd end up selling that game to you. So make sure you watch that. Make sure if you like us, click subscribe and come back and mess with us. It's F4, 50% fuss, 50% fantasy football, and 100% facts.
Baby.
All of them things.